Alright guys, so welcome to the APPF1 racing community for the Friday night race. It's sponsored by DLBootRoom and it's gonna be the Belgium Grand Prix. So it should be quite an interesting evening for them. Let's see, we got 15 drivers on track and just starting our short qualifying session right now. Just waiting for some of these drivers to get out on track, and let's see what sort of qualifying lap times we're gonna be seeing here at Spa. As I think we have just a few drivers starting to get out on track now, so we're gonna follow along and see who is actually getting out. So just a few getting out at the moment, and they're gonna have to just get their tires warmed up for just a bit on the out lap, and so it'll probably just be a few minutes until we start to see some lap times being posted here. Looks like no, it's not Vardy out first. I think maybe Callum is out in front. I'm not sure who's out in front as yet. Let's have a look. Alright, so that's Bluey out in front. First car out, and he's just getting away for the moment, just trying to keep the free air in front of him on his out lap. So when he begins the hot lap, he's going to just have all the room he needs to get it perfectly right here. Quite a bit of distance around Spa with lap times ranging depending on what conditions are like, but a lot of elevation changes, so yeah, pretty tough track to drive and race on for most of the sections. A lot of overtaking opportunities here, so it's going to be quite a lot of fun to watch as and to see how competitive they're going to get with each other in terms of trying to get positions up depending on where they start on the grid here. So at least 98% of the grid, I would say, is out on track right now. Put in 99%. Just Laurent here is yet to get out of the pits and get out on track. So quite a busy track for the first few minutes here starting. And we're going to have some hot laps being started here right now. There's at least 2 cars in it at the moment. We've already got out in front of Blue, so he's probably going to be the first car to set a lap time as we're going to follow along with him on his hot lap around here, and let's see what sort of lap time he is going to be making. I think it should be quite an interesting race with 15 drivers. Should give us a good race start. We're going to try and have a look as much as we can of most of the cars as they get around that chicane turn 1, and then on the run up to turns 2 and 3. So we're gonna see how that goes for them. Hopefully we don't have multiple cars trying to get through at the same time, and that is Vardy going just a bit too wide there. That might have cost him a few tenths. Didn't invalidate the lap, but let's see how well he does finish on it. Still does seem to be moving pretty fast, so again, expect at least still a pretty fast lap time, but that's going to be a little dependent on how fast it's going to be compared to the rest of the field, as everyone is getting around behind him to make a lap time there, as well as Laurentier is out at 2. So everyone currently out on track trying to get a lap time in as fast as they can, with just about under 14 minutes left now, as we should start to see some time pretty soon as we have drivers in sector 3 and running. Alright, Vardy goes across with a 144.6, and Bluey takes for now with a 143.5. And Callum goes 143.8. The Vola goes 143.091. Even better, Scott goes 143.7. So a lot of 143s coming in right now. And let's see who is going to be able to keep it, as Evil Master goes 145.9. He's going to want to try and improve on that time just a little bit if he can there. As we got around here, he's currently running purple sectors coming around with just half of the grid already making times. At AP Palace, he just did a 142.5 fastest time so far, so he holds on to provisional pole for now at least. Let's see who else is going to get in. Tier 727 just went into 6 with a 143.9. Bossy Van was there, 144, not too bad. Aaron also with a 144.5, but they're going to want to get into those 143s if they're trying to be competitive in terms of getting the best race start here. That's Cletus with a 147. He obviously didn't have a pretty good lap. He's going to have to try and get a better one. We got another purple sector here from Laurentier. Let's see. That's purple sector 1 and 2 so far for him. And it's just him and Sumagillion just yet to make lap times here. So with him finishing his lap right now, about to go around the finish again, let's have a look on where he is going to go on the board. I should have left the lap data on so we'll see where he is at, and that's a 143.6, puts him up in the P4 for potential start here at Spa. So that's not too bad so far, given our lap times range from a 142.5 all the way to a 2 minutes 4 seconds there from Spooner. Not a pretty good lap time for him. He's going to want to really try to improve on that. Everyone's definitely going to be trying to head back into the pits here right now and maybe get out back on a fresh set of tires to have another go at this. And let's see if they can improve on their time or not. Palzer with a 142.5. He's in a pretty good position right now. Of course, the Volder in P2 just about half a second slower. He's definitely going to be able to improve upon that time. So AP Pass might want to try and get a better time in as well, along with the entire grid. We still got Sumo Gilligan there. He's getting back out maybe just in a second. We'll have a look. And let's see when he gets back out. He's going to have to get back here and try to make a better lap time than what he just did there. You might have some of our drivers trying for a second go. Of course, Spooner here doing this on mediums. We haven't put it on, so we don't entirely know exactly what tires everyone is on as yet, but I can't get that on. Let's have a look on what tires are fitted so far. So most of the grid are going to be, seems to be doing this on the soft tires for the race start, and we got a few of the cars trying it on the mediums. Of course, it is going to be a lot more difficult on the mediums. So Laurentier there, he did his on the mediums. I think he did, yes he did, and so that's not bad, getting into the 143.6 for him. Let's get that back off, just trying not to clutter the screen too much. Oh, we got Sumo Gilligan getting for another outlap, so he's going to give this another go here, and let's see if he's going to be able to improve upon his time. I think we got Taylor. He's currently now in provisional P2 start, 142.9, 3/10 off of AP Pal's time. So getting closer to his time there to take away that provisional pole with just about 9 minutes left, but they're really going to want to try and improve upon that. We got Devola, he is now on the outlap going, so is Bluey there, who is currently P4. They got pushed down a bit with Taylor getting up into P2. Let's see who else is going to get pushed down here as we continue on. I'm quite sure we're going to be seeing some better lap times. And we got AP Pass getting back out again. He's definitely not taking a chance of sitting on that 142.5. He's going to want to try and improve it as much as he can right now. As we said, it is a little bit longer than most of our other tracks, being lap times go from a 140 to 150 sometimes, depending on the weather. You might get into the 2 minutes, depending if it's a wet qualifying session or race or not. But some pretty good lap times. The elevation changes makes for a lot of fun racing around Spa here. So I think it should be a great opening lap. But I'm just waiting to see. Let's see how close our lap times are going to be. They are pretty close so far with a lot of 143s on the board, at least half of the grid in that portion of lap times there. And then we got two 142s in here. I think Devola has begun his hot lap as he's already going here. I'm going to follow, maybe on board with him a bit through this sectors 1 and 2 for the track, and let's have a look on if he can make some purple sectors here or not. He didn't seem to have a purple sector 1 there, but he could be still a pretty good time. Yeah, so we're going to keep on board with him as he goes around. Let's see, seems to be slowing a little bit more than usual, but hopefully he's making a better lap time, making some progress on this lap. We got Bluey, I think, in front of him on his lap time. Let me see. So let's see. Bluey will be finishing his lap first. And he's about to go through the final chicane. Let's see if he can improve on his 143.5 and get up into a better time. Oh no, he has to go back into the pits. Probably not having a good lap. Going back to the Vola now. Let's see if he's going to get out of being in P3 for the start. I don't think he's going to be too happy with that. Definitely wants to get up into a better position for the race start here. And gets back into the pits as well. I don't think he was having that good of a lap. Did not seem to be it. And Callum now gets into a provisional P2 at a 142.7. So four cars now we have into the 142s. Tier 727 goes 142.7.80. Sorry, 142.780. Not a bad time for him. Callum 142.8, 1/10 off. And that is Bossy Vamos with a 142.717. A few hundreds off of Tier's time, so not too bad at all. We're getting a lot of cars into these 142s now, which are just showing how competitive these guys can be here on track with their lap times getting this close. So it's going to be quite an interesting start, I believe, here. And I think a few more drivers are still out there trying to improve on their time right now. I think Scott might be on a hot lap here going. Let's have a look at him on board. I think he is trying to improve off of that 143.7 right now. I see a few drivers having some minor improvements in the midfield at the moment, but they need to get out there and get a way better time and into the 142s just to get the best start at the moment. I don't think he improved on that one, so it's probably going to give it another go. We got, where is Sumagila gone right now? Let's see, he's trying for a lap. His only car not yet to make an official lap time in. I'm trying to remember if APPF1 went even faster because of the 142.4. I was trying to remember if he had a 142.5, I think is what he had. So he might have gone 1/10 faster than his previous lap time, so he's still keeping it on a provisional pole for the moment there. Let's have a look where he is on track right now. Still going around here. I think he might have finished his lap already there though. Definitely Scott is another hot lap here. Let's see, running sector 2 right now. Let's go in the overhead cam and have a look on how he finishes on this lap. May be able to get a better time in and put himself up at least into the top maybe 8. Oh, and gets a purple sector 2, so running a pretty good lap here. And does get a better time, puts himself into P8, 143.1. Not too bad from him. And Bossy Vamos puts himself up into P2 with a 142.717 so far. Holding on to that P2 tier, has to take P3 for now. Callum P4, Taylor 5, and Vardy there in 6th at the moment. Those complete the 142s. And let's see if anyone else is able to get into that. Still Sumo Gilgon is yet to get a good lap time in here. He hasn't gotten any lap time in so far. No, he's on another outlap right now. We'll have a look in a bit to see if he's able to finish on a better note for that. Because they're not able to improve upon his time. Just about 2 minutes left in our short qualifying session here right now. We got Spooner in the pits, Eva Master running another hot lap here. Let's get on the overhead cam with him and have a look if he's able to improve on this occasion here or not. He's definitely not finishing that lap. Let's get on board with Bluey here. Let's see what he is up to. Trying to improve himself from 10 to the 1. We got APPF1 on another outlap. Bossy Vamos on another outlap there, as well as Callum and Vardy. Let's see if they're going to be able to improve upon their times or not. APPF1 might be getting a little bit worried as Bossy Vamos is just about 3/10 off of his time right now. I don't think he wants to risk starting anywhere out of pole position right now. So let's see if he can get a better time in. Alright guys, and that is session over, so whoever is currently running a lap will get to finish. Let's have a look at APPF1, see if he's going to be able to make a better time. Doesn't seem to be running that fast, as Bossy Vamos is still pushing to the limit here right now, getting a purple sector 2 and continuing on. Let's see if he's able to carry this through for a purple sector 3 and maybe take away the pole position start from APPF1 if he can. I'm gonna have a look as he should be finishing this lap very shortly. He's not able to improve, stays at a 142.717. Not too bad though for the race start there. I don't think anyone else is currently running, so that's gonna be it for our qualifying session here at Spa with the APPF1 racing. So let's see. I don't think anyone else is running. I think that should be it. Everyone seems to be out. So not a bad job from the APPF1 racing community so far for their Friday qualifying. Quite impressed with the 142s, among the 142s that we have in this session, and then we got quite a few 143s as well. So this should be an exciting race start. We're gonna have a look at that getting ready in a few, yeah, maybe just about a minute or two. Hopefully loading time is not too much. So there we have our starting grid. APPF starts on pole position there, 142.4, not a bad time from him, pretty good. And then we got Bossy Vamos starting P2, Tier starts P3. We got Sumo Gilligan, I didn't even notice he got up to P4 for our race start. So not bad. He was having some trouble getting a lap time set in. Callum there starting in 5th, Taylor in 6th, Vardy in 7th, we get Devole in 8th, Scott's going to be 9th, Bluey in 10th, Aaron in 11th, Laurentier in 12th, Evil Master in 13th, Spooner 14th, and Cletus there in 15th. So that's going to be it for the race start. Quite a mix of tire strategies for a race start, for at least for top 10. So 2 of them at least should be on the mediums, but let's see how well that goes. Hopefully a dry race all the way through, as a wet race here is does prove to be quite difficult for quite a few drivers if that is actually going to be happening. But I think the conditions should be dry, hopefully. And yep, does seem to be very dry, so should be a dry race all the way through, and we should be getting started as soon as everyone just selects their race setup in terms of amount of fuel and pit stop strategy here. Okay, so we just started the formation lap. Everyone's going to be going around one lap around the track just to get everything warmed up and everything up to temperature. And then we should be getting started with the race. Let's leave the lap data on. I think we'll keep telemetry and everything else off. Really don't need that on. Just takes up a lot of space on the screen either way, so we're just going to keep that off for now. I don't know why that fastest lap of Blue is stuck down at the bottom of the screen. Has been there since qualifying. It's been a little bit of a glitch I've seen happen for the last few races I've been streaming, so I guess that's something Codemaster still needs to fix. Probably still be fixing stuff. They'll probably still be doing all of that until the next game comes out, so who knows what it's going to be up to with them. That was a bit close there for Bossy Vamos. And he lets APPF goes back in front. One of the worst things you can have happen is damage your car during the formation lap. You're not going to be allowed to repair it. It's going to have to start the race the same way it is if you do damage anything on the car. So drivers are going to want to be a little bit more careful than Bossy Vamos was there. Getting that close to APPF and just having to go down to the right side, because a driver can brake test you sometimes during the sessions like this. So just always so better to just be careful. And let's get back to APPF's cars out front, and let's see, we're going to try and get the best view of this race start, as everyone should be trying to get around the final chicane here right now and get back into their grid slots. Hopefully we're able to catch any minor incidents that do happen around turn 1. I know their cars do tend to get a little bit bunched up sometimes. A lot of cars try to go on the inside, some might try to around the outside, and might just come together as they get off the exit of turn 1, and then it's a real battle getting through to turn 2 there. and 3. The cars trying to just push their way all the way through. We should be able to get a better view once the lights start to go off here. Alright, and there we go. Should have a pretty good start. Let's see if APPF gets away well, and that's lights out, they're off, and let's see, Bossy Vamos is definitely going to try and chase in our car. Already went into the pit wall there. Not even sure how that happened. And APPF seems to have gotten through pretty well, as most cars have. A few cars go maybe a little bit wide, as is expected. And let's see, everyone trying to get through. I think everyone's getting through pretty well so far. We got Tier and Devolo down at the back here, I think, going side by side with each other, trying to get up here, up to the hill. Let's see if they get on through pretty well. Some minor contact between a few cars going so far. I don't think anything too serious to cause a VSC safety car or any sort of incident like that. We got quite a few cars side by side as well. A bit of action down at the back here in the midfield, not too much out front as APPF is trying to get away. Bossy Vamos has lost P2, is down to P3. Taylor is up into P2 right now with Sumo Gilligan running still P4, Devola running P5, and Tier is running in 6. Oh, and there is a spin from Callum there. Well, almost losing it. Still has it. Still be able to catch it on track. I think it was Callum's car, unless I'm mistaken about that. Or was even Master, I'm not sure. I will have a look at that on the replay. We'll probably know about that later. Either way, either one of them almost lost it there, and let's see what's happening. We have quite a few cars changing positions here as the Vola has spun around, might have caught into an incident with someone as Tier is right up to the rear of Evil Master's car right now, trying to get by. Might be pushing this out into the final chicane and might try to outbrake. Let's see, he might be holding it. Just holds it behind. Oh, a minor contact between Evil Master there and I think Vardy out front. Vardy's still going though, and Evil Master is still down in P7 and going here. We got our first penalty on the race. Vardy there taking, I think it's a 3-second penalty, might have taken there. Let's get on board with Spooner here as he is chasing down Tier 727, trying to get by. Might have a better run into that turn coming up. So let's see. Takes it on the inside and seems to get by up into P9. Let's see if Tier 727 might try to challenge it back. I'm not sure. Gaps out front don't seem to be too much there, but just minor gaps between everyone on the grid right now, I will say, because APPF is still leading this race. We got Taylor chasing them in second. He's trying to keep that gap under a second right now behind APPF, and Sumo Gilligan there in P3. He's about another half second behind. Still chasing down Taylor here, trying to maybe get up into P2 if he can. Bossy Vamos down into P4 right now with Callum behind him. So Bossy was trying to get his gap under a second at the moment, not able to do that as yet. As we got Sumo Gilligan, he's losing a few tenths right now, going a bit wide on some of these chicanes, so he's gonna have to want to be careful about that. We got Tier 727 about to get past Spoon here. Let's see if that's gonna be getting done. And they're going side by side through the final chicane, go around, and Tier 727 is trying to hold on to P8 at the moment. They're still going a bit side by side, going into turn 1 now, and Spooner slots in behind. Let's see if he is going to let it be for the moment at least. And does seem to be so as they continue to go on. Let's see if anyone's going to challenge back again. We got Aaron is very close behind Cletus right now, who is currently chasing down Laurentio out in front, and he's going side by side, going past. Oh, Devola coming behind and letting past Cletus there in 12 as well. So he's following along. Let's see how they get through here. Laurentio stays there at 10 at the moment. Aaron still in 11. Cletus now up to 12. Scott down to 13th. Devolo just fell back down to 14th. He was just behind Spooner coming. Not sure what's happened on his end. Might be having some issues, but let's see as they go on. Scott still chasing down Aaron right now. Has Cletus just behind him there, though he's gonna have to get a bit worried about that. As we're on lap 3 right now of 22, a lot has happened in these past 3 laps, even though it's just a few laps of the race in so far. Trying to keep an eye on the gap out front. So APPF now has the gap between himself and Taylor over a second, and he's just gone back down under a second. So Taylor is trying desperately to keep the gap under a second out in front, and Sumo Gilligan still holding his gap around half a second behind Taylor, who's running P2. Boston Vamos has lost at least a second there right now to them out front, so he's gonna have to try and catch up. He now has Callum about half a second behind him, so he's losing some time right now. Callum seems to be getting very close. Let's switch on over to there and have a look at what's happening there between the two of them, as Callum seems to be catching up pretty quickly and might be going side by side pretty soon, as he is right now, and is going to go by up into P4. Bossy Vamos gets pushed down to P5 there right now, so very clean overtake from Callum's part. So he is up, and I think he definitely may be holding on to that position. For Bossy Vamos might be having some trouble on the track, because he's lost quite a few positions since the start of this race. And he's under threat right now from Vardy now, who is running in 6th behind him, of course with a penalty, but still might be losing another position here if he's not careful, as Vardy is now getting much closer to his car. Still keeping an eye out front on Gilligan there, who's still chasing down Taylor. He's getting pretty close there as well. As we're still following on with Vardy here though. Oh, and he's spun around. It's just reset it and is now getting back going again. He was getting very close, now has lost a lot of time, plus lost a position. Evil Master is now ahead of him. Let's head on out in front and see what's happening here. So APPF has a comfortable lead now of 1.6 seconds so far. Not that comfortable, but I'll call it comfortable for now, given the gap times that we have between most of our cars right now. And then so Taylor's still running P2, Sumo Gilligan still running P3. He's still under a second behind Taylor, chasing him down, trying to get up into P3, but not able to get close enough as yet, as we have a pit stop happening from Devola down in 14th at the back there already. So first pit stop of the race, we got Vardy still about half a second now, trying to get much closer. Oh, and we got a spin from I think from Bossy Vamos out front. Someone just spun around. Might be mistaken about who spun around for a second there, but let's have a look what's getting on back with front. Gilligan still under a second from Taylor, still trying to get up out in front. Spoon is trying to maintain his gap of under a second there, as well as Scott as well. So quite a few close gaps to deal with at the moment here. So we're still trying to follow our guy here, P3. Gilligan still running P3 under a second behind Taylor. Not able to catch up and get it under half a second as yet, as APPF seems to have gained some time off of Taylor there right now. He's now 2.4 seconds ahead. Gain about a second, I would say, in just about a lap's time. So not too bad from him. If he can keep that gap building, he definitely is in a good position of winning this race, especially with pit stops coming up pretty shortly here, which I think most cars might make this a one-stop race for them. Let's see how that goes down though, as Gilligan getting a little bit closer as we're following with him right now. We got Spooner just about to go by Evil Master here, and he has Scott just behind him. So a three-way battle going on for P10, and let's see who gets it. I think Evil Master got it up into P10, so did Tier. They're getting up to P5 now, but they're still going side by side here into turn 1. Let's see who gets out of this one first. And there goes Spooner getting alongside and getting ahead. Back up into P10. And puts Evil Master down into P11 for now, at least, with Scott just behind them under a second as well. So they're still continuing on with this battle going through. And just in front of him, I think, is another battle happening. We got Vardy and Aaron in front. They're switching positions now as well, as AP Pals is now in 9th. Did he take a pit stop or not? Let's have a look. He did take a pit stop, so he's coming back on 9th now. And is now under a second behind Aaron. He's going to have to try and catch up and gain some time. Let's have a look if he's going to get any closer to gaining a time, getting up into 8th there. So he's going to be on fresher tires as it is. Spooner's still trying to get by Scott here right now. Scott is up into P11 now. Evil Master still holding on to P10 as it is. Oh, and that's someone losing control of their car out in front. That definitely was Evil Master. Put Scott up into P10, Spooner into P11, Evil Master down to P12. We're going on board with AP Pals here right now. Oh, we got Gilgun is in the pits right now. Taylor continues to lead the race at the moment with Callum in second and Bossy Vamos running P3. Gilligan still running up P4, getting into the pits. Let's see where he comes out. Laurentier goes up to P4 now as everyone gets past him in the pits. Vardy into P5, Aaron 6th. AP Pass goes up into 7th right now. Scott moves up 8th and Spooner goes into 9th. Oh, there we have it. Gilligan has come out. He's into 8th, so he's probably challenging for that 8th position here as he's out of the pit lane here right now. Oh, and there goes into the wall. Of course, remember guys, damage is off on this occasion here, so we're gonna have to have everyone finish this race unless they choose to retire here. AP Palace has some time to catch up here right now. He's 1.8 seconds behind Aaron there, who is currently running 6th. He's trying to get back out in front to continue getting back to the lead of the race, as our closest gap right now seems to be Spooner behind Scott, who is currently under a second. We're going to keep an eye on them as they go around, and we got AP Palace came out back on the hard tires, so definitely aiming to go to the end of the race on those and just make this a one-stop strategy for him, which I think was what most cars are going to be aiming for at the moment. Now we have a few more pit stops happening out front. Just gonna have a look at that in just a second here. Alright, so Laurentian now leads the race with Vardy in second and Aaron in third, and we got AP Pass up into P4 right now, so he's getting back up closer and closer back to leading this race at the moment. We got Scott getting very close to get past Taylor here right now. Let's see if he's able to get this done. Of course, he has Spooner just behind him to worry about as well. And we got both of these guys going side by side. Scott is trying desperately to get up into P5 and try to take it away from Taylor right now. Taylor, however, holds it true and keeps P5. Scott has to stay into P6. He's now under threat from Spooner though. Down there in P7, who's trying to get by. So both of them are now going side by side. Let's see who gets on through. And that's Spooner up. They keep on switching and let's see if Spooner is going to hold on to P6 here. Still going side by side. Oh, Callum and Scott are going at it here now for a P7. As Callum up into 7, as Scott loses, he's now down into 8. The next car behind him is going to be Sumo Gilligan trying to get up another position here. Let's see if he's able to do that. Tires might be telling a bit, but let's see how well these tires are going to last for him here. Got the Vola there down in 13. He's getting about less than half a second behind Cletus in 12. And let's see if he's able to catch up and get up into a higher position or not. Vardy there is the only car still with a penalty here. Everyone else is still penalty free and running, so that's a good sign. We got APPF1 getting past Aaron there. He's up into P3 now. Aaron goes down to P4, so he's working his way back up the grid. Trying to get it back out in front to continue leading this race up to the end. So I guess slow and steady is going to do it here, as he's going to have to work his way and wait for Laurentier and Vardy to take their pit stops, as I don't think they've taken a pit stop as yet. No, they have not. As we're looking at stops right now, we still got Aaron yet to take a pit stop. So is Spooner, Scott, and Cletus there. And just Laurentier and Vardy out front. So when both of them make that pit stop with the gap that he has, he definitely should be able to get by and get up into P1 back again. That's APPF1 there, and they continue to lead the Belgium Grand Prix. Aaron's going to slot in P2 until he stops, and then Taylor might just take that over with Callum just behind him. So not too bad of a race so far. We're on lap 10 right now. We're getting right up to the halfway point on the next lap coming up. That's currently Taylor with the fastest lap at 146.7. So not bad on his end. He's driving pretty well there. As he does have Aaron right on his tail right now, chasing him down. Got Cletus in the pits right now. Master having some trouble all the way down there and in 14th now. Got APPF1 under getting about half a second now behind Vardy, who's currently running P2. So I don't think he's even waiting for them to take their pit stops. He's just going to push all the way and try to get up back out in front for this race. And let's have a look at that and see how that battle is going to go down here. Alright, so let's have a look. We have Laurentier, who's trying to build a gap out front. Laurentier getting 4.9 seconds ahead of Vardy is quite interesting, because he's now having a bit of a gap with himself between himself and APPF1. They're having the fastest lap now, 146.7. He's driving pretty well out front. Of course, he's going to have to keep this going. I don't think the gap is enough, but he's going to come back maybe in a good place when he does take his pit stop. And hopefully is able to challenge at least for maybe a podium position if he can when he does get back out here. But we're going to have a look at that where he does come out when he does take his pit stop, as we got Spooner getting very close to Bossy Vamos down at the back here. And let's have a look at if he can get past up into P9 or not. APPF1 is about 1.4 seconds behind Vardy, so he still has some time to work with and catch up out in front. Spooner's getting very close right now as they're about to go side by side, taking it on the outside, and goes up into P8, puts Bossy Vamos down into P9 now, with Scott just behind him. So that's still a battle going on. Let's see if they're able to get by or not. Owen opens the gap up for Scott behind to come and join in, and that battle there now. Middle car we're looking at is Bossy Vamos. There's Spoon out in front and Scott down at the back trying to get up as well. We're trying to create a gap out front, but let's see if he's able to get that done or not. Bossifam was getting very close, but just not able to get by at the moment. You got Sumo Gilligan there getting very close to Callum as well, as he might be going as they're going into the final chicane there now. Trying to go on the outside. Let's see if he's able to get it done, as Callum is trying to hold him off right now. And we got those three coming behind there. Again, that's Scooter, Bossy Vamos, and Scott just behind Sumo Gilligan. So they're still fighting it out down in the back. Let's have back a look at what they are still up to here. We got APPF1 still running P3. Taylor just under a second behind him, trying to challenge for that position right now as well. I got Laurentius still leading this race. Vardy there in P2. Those guys still are yet to pit. I think they're running on the mediums. Let's have a look at tires as they are. And yep, they're running on the mediums. 11 laps each. They're definitely going to have to change soon, as Bossy Vamos and I think Gilligan there are switching positions now. That's Gilligan. No, sorry, it's Spooner there, I think, because Gilligan is a little bit out front. So Bossy Vamos up into P8. That's Spooner down to P9. Penalties as they are. It's a 5-second penalty for Vardy, so he's going to have to serve that when he does his pit stop. So that's going to cost him positions in this race. That 5 seconds is going to feel for like forever when he does get into the pits to serve that. So Laurentius, without any penalties, is going to have a better chance of this here. So yet to take a pit stop is Spooner and Scott down in the back there, and Laurentius and Vardy there. So we're going to have a look at when they do decide to take their pit stops. And looking at positions, Laurentius, the car that's gained most of the positions here so far in this race. Not having a bad race there for him, leading the race at the moment. So let's see how that continues for him. As APPF1 now moves up into P2, Taylor down to P3, and someone is falling down the order. That's Vardy. Might be having some sort of problem here as he's pulling to the side of the track right now. We're trying to have a look at what's happening. I think he might be trying to look for a good opportunity just to rejoin the track. And that is a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. So not doing too well there, Vardy, with terms of penalties in this race. So let's get back out in front. I think that is just a lap car at the moment. Let's get back to Taylor here. He is yes, under half a second behind APPF1, still chasing him down, trying to get up into P2. Let's see what's happening here. I think someone might be disconnected. I think Callum is disconnected here right now. So his AI is driving. Not sure how well that's going to play out. Let's get back out in front though. I'm following with Taylor, chasing down APPF1 right now. Laurentius is still leading this race. Still has not taken his pit stop as yet. So still waiting for that driver to do a pit stop. Let's see where they're going to come out. I'm not sure. With 5.5 seconds. That's going to push them down the order a bit when they do take that pit stop. I got Scott and Callum changing positions there right now. And Spooner about to get past someone here. Let's see, that's Bluey. Let's see if he's able to get by or not. Following on board with Spooner right now. As he's been involved with a lot of battles so far. And Bluey goes wide, puts him up into P11. Bluey down to P12 now. Getting back out front here with APPF1 and Taylor. Let's see what they're still up to. This gap is just sticking around the half a second and it's just not getting anywhere at the moment. So both drivers pushing as hard as they can right now, as that gap is just not really moving anywhere. Gap still be maintained about half a second. I'm just trying to have a look down the field. I think our other closest gap is just going to be Spooner there, who's currently chasing down Scott. He's been quite a bit involved with issue with Scott during this race so far. Still chasing each other down. As we got Taylor getting very close now to APPF. Let's see if he's able to get a move done going into turn 1 here. And we got Laurentier taking his pit stop there now. So let's see where Laurentier comes out back on track, and if he is going to be able to challenge for a podium position here or not. On board with Taylor right now as he's chasing down APPF. Let's see how well this battle is going to go. The time frame just seems to remain constant. I mean, it does get a bit close on some occasions, especially down. Oh, and he's going side by side and pushing it through to get past, but not able to get it. APPF still holds on to the lead of the race. Taylor, a good effort for him to try and get past there, though. I think that was a bit of a long shot, but it was still worth trying. And fortunately for him, he did not lose any time there. Maybe lost maybe 1/10, getting off track into the dirt for just a bit, as our delta time should be coming back pretty soon, and he's still going to be chasing him down. Let's get back on board and see how close exactly Taylor is getting to APPF's car. I think there seems to be a close gap with Devola and Scott and Spooner down in the back here. Yes, there is. I was just looking at them on the map. They just look like a big blot of black there on that portion of the track going around. They're so close together. So Devola on the threat right now, losing P8 to Scott as Scott. Oh, and Scott loses it. Touches that curve a little too much. And Spooner continues on to chase Devola there now. And let's get back out in front to Taylor chasing down APPF. He's still trying to get the lead of the race. We're on lap 16 running here right now. So just about 6.5 laps remaining in the session right now. And that's going to come to a close very quickly with the way everyone is racing here. I don't think there's a lot of time left in this race. So anyone who needs to get a position up is going to want to get it done as soon as possible as we got. So APPF leads the race. Taylor running second. We got Sumo Gilligan running in P3. We got Bossy Vamos in P4, and Laurentier about to go by up into P4 now. This is going to push Bossy Vamos down to P5, and he does get the overtake done pretty cleanly, I would say. And now only has about 3.1 seconds between himself and the car out in front. That's Sumo Gilligan there. He's been able to challenge actually for a podium position here. And Laurentier is breaking down the gap. 2.9 seconds it is now. It's already gained 3/10 actually, and is getting closer and closer to Sumo Gilligan here to challenge for the final podium position, and might actually be able to get it. Vardy has lost a lot of positions down into 13 there right now. Still has, I think, about a 10-second penalty. Taylor still keeping the gap under a second between himself and APPF, still chasing him down. That's going to go on forever until the end of the race, I think. Laurentier is going to come under pressure a little bit from Bossy Vamos here as he's trying to keep the gap between the two of them under a second. And I think Laurentier is trying to get it over a second and just trying to increase it as much as can right now. And that's Taylor with a 146.4, fastest lap in the race, and still not able to get past APPF, who's leading the race. This has to be frustrating for him right now. Driving so excellently well, almost getting an overtake down. Oh, that's Laurentier now taking 145.8, fastest lap of the race. That's going to be switching around a bit for the next few laps as Laurentier is on the soft tires to go to the end of the race, which are more faster than APPF's and Taylor's hard tires that they have on out front. Oh, and that's Taylor and APPF switching position. He got the moves done. We did miss that for a bit. Let's see if APPF is able to get it back as we're on board with him right now. Scott getting the fastest lap so far. Taylor's going to have to make sure absolutely no mistake with his driving from this point onwards to the end of the race. He has to hold on for just another 5.5 laps to go, which might sound like not too long of a time, but it's going to be pretty long, especially when you're the one that has to hold on to that amount of lap time here. So APPF finally loses the lead of the race. Gonna have to try and get up back and get to Taylor there. I think Laurentier is gonna be up for a driver of the day here with the amount of positions gained in the race. We're gonna have a look at that in just a sec. As I got Vardy about to get by Evil Master down at the back there. Let's have a look at that if we can. Oh, they're going side by side and just bumping into each other right now. So let's see who gets out. Evil Master gets out into 12. Vardy has to stay there 13. And let's go up the field. We got Devola is under a second behind Spooner, still chasing him down. Alright, what other close gaps do we have? We got Laurentier there getting under a second behind Sumo Gilligan. So that gap has broken down very quickly by Laurentier there, and let's see, should be able to challenge now to get up into P3. Definitely seems to have a better exit off of the turns and is coming up on him pretty quickly. Sumo Gilligan doesn't know which way to go, and that's going to be an easy loss for him, going down to P4. And that's a purple sector for Laurentier there. Oh, they're still challenging for it though. Someone goes a bit wide, and they're just starting to push each other now. Laurentier has the inside and might be having to hold it here, and takes it on for P3. Sumo Gilligan is down officially to P4. He's going to have to fight it to get it back up. And let's see if he's able to get that position back. So Laurentier getting up into the podium now. Oh, and that's Sumo Gilligan, I think, just losing it a little bit and losing time now. He's now 2.7 seconds behind Laurentier. He's going to have time to catch up now. Has to worry about Bossy Vamos behind him now, on the threat of losing now P4, which he just actually fell into. We still got APPF chasing down Taylor. These are just 2.5 seconds, guys. They're just chasing each other around the track with 0.5 second behind them all the time. So it was Taylor chasing down APPF. Now APPF is chasing around Taylor around the track. We're just gonna let them be for the moment and maybe just check on them when it comes to the end of the race. They'll probably still be at it. Bossy Vamos is now back under a second behind Sumo Gilligan. They're trying to catch up and trying to get back his 4th place in the race here if he can. Oh, we got APPF trying to go side by side with Taylor and gets by. So he takes back the lead of the race. We barely caught that overtake on the camera there, so I wasn't even ready for that to happen as yet. And Bossy Vamos is fighting it out with Sumo Gilligan down at the back. Let's see if these two are going to be switching back positions here. So Bossy Vamos running P4, Sumo Gilligan running P5 here right now. See if they're able to change that back or not. That might be staying same for now. And let's go back on board here with Taylor as he's now chasing APPF 0.5 second behind once again. I think Vardy is about to try and get past Evil Master once again. Not sure what the two of them are up to at the back there, but let's have a look. Yep, they were getting into it, and that's Vardy still down to P13. Let's see if he's able to get anything done here, as we're on lap 20 right now of 22. So just about 2.5 laps left to go. as we're coming very close to the end of the race here right now. Vardy and Evil Master still fighting it out, just like AP Pals and Taylor out in front, and that is Vardy losing it, spinning around. He's gonna have to try and catch up all over again. Of course, we're coming down to the end of the race now, as Taylor is trying to get on a quarter of a second behind AP Pals right now. Let's see if he's able to get by. As we said earlier, I think this is going to continue all the way to the end of the race between AP Pals and Taylor here. Just the 2 half-a-second guys chasing each other with half a second between them all the way around, switching from time to time. I wonder if this is their thing. This is what they do every race. Oh, and there is Taylor spinning it out on the final chicane, going around that turn, getting into lap 21, and it's going to be under a bit of pressure now as that opens it up for Laurentier to catch up to him. Laurentier is now 3.5 seconds behind as he comes around turn 1 there, just behind as we see. So he's going to have to try and catch back up. I think it's going to be just about holding on to P2 right now instead of trying to catch it back to AP Pals and getting past, just maintaining the gap that he has on Laurentier down behind, 3.4 seconds. I think it was an admirable fight all the way through, a pretty good battle between the two of them. So AP Palace out in front still continues to lead. He's now 4.7 seconds ahead. He's definitely capitalizing on the mistake that Taylor made there, losing the rear end of the final turn. I think our closest gap might be Bluey there on Devola. Let's see if he's able to get by. Oh, they have Scott just behind them for company there as well. Someone just lost it, and I think that is Bluey there. Definitely is. Got Scott just under a second behind Devola now. He continues to chase that battle as Bluey is going to have to try and catch her back again. Of course, not a lot of time left to do this. Tier is trying to get his gap under a second behind Sue McGilligan there. And AP Palace has just begun his final lap here around Spa. So we're going to follow with him as he does finish that lap. So not a bad race at all from APPF1 Racing Community for the Friday race. Has been an excellent start. I think Scott is now getting past Devola down at the back, getting up into P9. That puts Devola down into P10. So AP Pal starting on pole, finishing on pole. Not going to be a bad race for him. And now still has a gap of about 4.1 seconds off of Taylor there running in P2. Laurentier running P3, 2.2 seconds behind Taylor. So catching up, but of course not going to be enough laps left to try and get an overtake down unless Taylor makes some sort of significant mistake down there in P2. Well, up there in P2 from Laurentier's point of view. And we still got Bosty Vamos running P4, Gilligan running P5, Tier 727 is 6, Aaron is going to be 7, Scott 8, Devola 9th. Of course, he has Spooner just behind him, very close behind in 10, chasing him down still. And then Bluey there in 11th, Evil Master 12, Vardy still with his penalty there in 13, and has Cletus behind him in 14, and Callum there now running 15th. And Vardy takes fastest lap with a 1:45.2. He might have taken an extra pit stop and just gone onto the softs to finish the race with the fastest lap. And there goes AP Pals across the line, takes it for the win on pole position for the race. And let's see, we're going to have Taylor come across for P2. That's Laurentier going P3. And we got Bossy Vamos should be coming across for P4 here. Sumo Gilligan takes P5. And we got Tier 727 coming around for P6. And there he goes across, having a spin just before that. And Aaron takes 7. We got Scott should be coming across the final chicane pretty soon and is going to be taking P8. Callum there already taking P15 as he already is across the line. And there we have Scott going P8, the Volo going P9, and we got Spooner going 10th. Bluey should be coming across and be going into P11 here. And we got Evil Master coming around right now. There's just about 3 cars left to finish this race. Just basically to get across the line. So it should be Evil Master there in P12, Vardy in P13, and Cletus there in P14. Let's see what's the penalties like here right now for him. He just have 10 seconds of penalty, so he's going to keep it in P13. Not going to be losing that, of course. And he's somehow taking his time getting across the line. That is Evil Master P12. Vardy comes across P13, and we have Cletus is the final car to come to cross the line. And I think Vardy might have gotten fastest lap. That is Cletus there getting P14. And driver of the day goes to Laurentier. No surprise on that one there. Did gain quite a lot of positions in this race. So congratulations to Laurentier for getting driver of the day. And AP Pals for winning the Belgium Grand Prix. Not a bad race from him at all. Led the race, most of the race, and had quite a bit of battle going on with Taylor for it. So good job on him for getting that done. Taylor as well drove pretty well, challenging AP Pals for the lead of the race. Alright guys, that is it. We're just going to have one last look at our table here for the finishing position. So, fastest lap does go to Vardy. Driver of the day goes to Laurentier. And race win goes to AP Pals taking P1. Taylor there takes P2. Laurentier goes P3. We got Bossy Vamos in P4. Sumo Gilligan P5. Tier 727 is going in P6. Aaron 7. Scott in 8. Devola 9. Spooner in 10. Bluey in 11. Evil Master 12. Vardy in 13. Cletus in 14. Callum is 15. And that is it guys for the Belgium Grand Prix for APPF1 Racing Community's Friday night race, sponsored by DLBootRoom. So an excellent race from these guys. Hopefully getting to join them again next week. And we're gonna see what kind of fun racing we're gonna have happen then. So either way, thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and join us again for our next esports race, which should be about an hour after this one. So we're gonna get ready for that, and we're gonna end this stream on that note guys. So thank you guys again for joining us.